Have you ever noticed how some watercolor beginners seems to leap ahead, creating stunning paintings in just a few months, while others stay stuck, frustrated and unsure for years? What makes this difference? Today I am revealing this surprising reason why some beginners progress 5 times faster and how you can be one of them. The very first reason why some watercolor beginner progress 5 times faster than other is consistency. And when I say consistency, I don't mean sitting down for 4 hours every single day. I mean showing up regularly, even if it is just for 10 or 15 minutes. Because in watercolor, the most important things you are training is not just your eyes or your creativity, it's your muscles memory. Think about how a pianist learns. They don't practice for 8 hours once a month and then expect to play perfectly, right? Instead, they sit at the piano every day, pressing the keys, repeating scales, training their fingers until the movement becomes second nature. Watercolor is no different. Your hand needs to learn how much water to hold in the brush, how much pigment to pick up, and how to guide smoothly across the paper. That only comes with repetition. Now imagine two beginners starting one on the same day. One paints once a week and two for an hour. The other paints 15 minutes every single day, but the end of the month, the first has logged maybe 8 hours or more practice, and the second over 7 hours, but spread across 30 sessions. Which one do you think has stronger muscles memory? The daily painters, right? Why? Because their hands never forget the feel of the brush. Each day builds on the last, so progressive compounds. Consistency also helps you to break through frustration faster. We all know that moment when the vase blooms unexpectedly or the paint's back runs, right? It happens a lot of time, and we feels like throwing away the whole sheet of paper. Right? And if you only paint once in a while, that mistakes haunts you until your next session. But if you paint again tomorrow, you immediately try again, and suddenly the mistakes becomes a lesson, not a definitely not a roadblock. And another hidden benefit of painting consistently is confidence. When you show up to your paper regularly, you stop overthinking. You don't treat every painting like a big serious project where failure would be devastating. Instead, you think it's just today's painting, right? I'll paint again tomorrow. That's the biggest benefit. And that small mental shift frees you to free you to experiment more, take risk and enjoy the process. And ironically, the less pressure you put on yourself, the faster you improve. The second reason some beginners grows 5 times faster is that they build a strong foundation before chasing fancy effects. Now, I have seen these again and again. A beginner picks up watercolor, watches a few tutorials, and suddenly they want to paint an entire landscape with misty mountains, reflection in water, and glowing sunset, right? But here is the truth. Without control of basic washes and values, all those big paintings will definitely collapse. They look muddy, uneven and flat. On the other hand, the fast learner knows the secret. They spend time mastering the basics: flat washes, uh, graded washes, all other different kind of layering techniques. These practice how to move pigment smoothly, right? How to tilt the paper, how to load their brush, and more importantly, they study values, the play of light and dark. Because if your values are strong, your paintings will read well even without perfect colors. Think of it like a building a house. The foundation may look boring, it's just concrete, but without it, the house will never stand. Washes and values are that foundation. The painters who master them early to unlock these control, and suddenly their works looks professional, even if it's just a simple apple or a or just a tree. So here is an example. I often recommend take one color or even a multiple color. If you are taking maybe few color, and paint the object using only values. Get the light, get the medium, the darker pigments. Forget color completely if you want, right? You work with a one color. That also is fine. They force your eyes to see form, depth, and the contrast. Do this regularly, and your painting will start to pop with realism and real life kind of look and feel. And another reason this speed up progress is because value helps simplify complex subjects. Beginners often get lost in too many colors, too many details. But when you learn to see light and shadow, you automatically prioritize things, right? You know where to place the darkest values and lightest the latest light, and which might impact your painting, and that truly guides the viewer's eyes. So here is my recommendation. Fast learner don't obsess with over special effect like salt texture, masking fluid or splatter at the beginnings. They focus on the boring basics. But those boring basics are what basically gives you freedom, in later point of time in your journey. If you are struggling in watercolor, go back to your washes, go back to your values, and there you'll see the rapid growth if you just follow this thing. The third reason some beginners progress so quickly is their ability to study and observe the world around them. You see, many people approach watercolor like a recipe. They follow tutorials step by step, and while they can be helpful in the beginning, it doesn't build an independency. At some point, you need a break free from copying or start looking at the life around you. Fast learner carry their sketchbook with them. They notice how the morning light hits a building, how shadow stretches across the street, how clouds glows at sunset, the beautiful, the rays of sun and how it is falling into the wall. They take quick notes, quick sketches, even just color swatches. This kind of observation trains the brain to think like an artist. Another benefit of studying surrounding is that it makes you original. Instead of repeating the same subject everyone else paints, right? You begin to capture your own world, your streets, your skies, your daily life, and suddenly your art feels alive and personal. I still remember one day sketching a chai stall in Bangalore. The people, the steam rising, the cups stacked high, all of it became a quick watercolor sketch. Later, that sketch becomes one of my favorite painting. Not because it was perfect, but it was real. It came from observation, and not just following some reference photo or whatever it is. I just saw that what's happening in front of my eyes, and I just tried to capture that. That's a beautiful moment. The fourth reason some beginners grows 5 times faster is because they have healthy relationship with mistakes. This is really good. Watercolor is unpredictable. The paint blooms, the wash sticks, color bleed. Beginners who fear mistakes stop too often. They just say, no, I can't do that. They hesitate, they second guess, and sometimes they even quit, and that's very sad. But fast learners, they know mistakes are a part of their journey. Instead of seeing a ruined painting, they see a lesson. A black run teaches them about timing. A muddy color teaches them about mixing. A torn paper teaches them about patience. Right? I often tell my students that don't tear pages out of your sketchbook. Keep them. Because when you flip back later, you will see not failures, but stepping stones. Every so-called bad painting is a proof of your growth, right? Think about a child learning how to walk. A classic example, I can give you this. They fall hundreds of times. We fall, right? You're all human. But we never call those failures. We call them a practice. Watercolor is the same thing, my friend. Personally, some of my biggest breakthrough came from accidents. Once I dropped water on nearly finished painting. At first I was upset, but then I learned into it. I turned the bloom into part of the sky, and suddenly it became a style. That accident taught me. I mean, of course, there's a story to everyone. Everyone has their some experience you must have gone through, and you understood, and you got to know that, okay, I mean, this can also be a great way to recover from these mistakes, right? The fastest learner are not the one who makes the fewer mistakes, right? They are the one who recover from them so quickest, right? They laugh, they learn, right? Whenever you paint and you see painting are not good and safe, you stop worrying. Instead of worrying, you start laughing, and that's how we learn. And we paint again very next day. Next day. If you want to grow faster, stop fearing mistakes, my friend. They are not road blockers. They are just guides as a pointing your toward the mastery of this medium, and this is what it requires. And the final reason some beginners grow so much faster is because they don't do it alone. This is his classic one, and I really like it because painting is often seen as a solitary act, right? But growth happens faster in community. The quickest learner join groups, attend workshop, or share their paintings online. They ask questions like, what do you see in my painting? Where can I improve? When you paint alone, you may repeat the same mistake for months without realizing it. But the moment a teacher or peer points out, hey, your shadow are too light, or you have overworking your washes, you correct instantly, right? That shortcut saves you weeks or trial and error stuff. Have you ever felt stuck with your watercolor progress? That's exactly why I have created my Patreon watercolor art community. Inside, you will find a step-by-step learning journey, carefully designed to accelerate your growth week by week. This is not a random content, it's a proven roadmap where you will always know what to focus on, how to practice, and how to apply each lesson to your own art. And that's the best part. You will be learning alongside a global community of artists, sharing your progresses, asking questions, and celebrating growth together. So if you are serious about improving your watercolor skill, this is the fastest and most inspiring way forward. Join today and begin your structured journey to becoming the watercolor artist you have always wanted to be.